friends. Welcome to Online Yin Yoga with Nita. I'm Nita, and today we're going to be doing a super fun class that's all about the yoga strap. So, what you'll need today is, of course, a yoga strap if you have one. There's different types. Some of them can hook easily. Some of them are like this with the D hook, double D hook. Some of them only have one hook with a little bar in between. So any of them will work. If you don't have a yoga strap, no worries. You can grab an exercise band, a belt, or even a scarf that you have available, and you'll be able to modify and do some of the poses. If you don't have anything like that at all available, that is okay. You can still do the yin poses without a strap or without a strap-like prop. Other things that might be helpful today is a couple of blocks for some of the poses, or thick books you can stack. Um, a rolled up blanket or a bolster like this can be very supportive as well. But like I always say, whatever you have lying around your home, like cushions, blankets, can be very helpful to make you feel supported and also bring the ground or the earth to you. Okay? Other than that, I'll leave the playlist in the little box here. And let's open up with a bit of a card. So today I brought Thich Nhat Hanh Mindfulness Essentials. It's a really beautiful mindfulness deck. So let's see what kind of nudge does he have for us today. It says, the mind can go in 1,000 directions, but on this beautiful path, I walk in peace. With each step, a gentle wind blows. With each step, a flower blooms. And it's all about the beautiful path. So I'm going to keep this handy just as a nice reminder of how the mind can wander, right? That is okay. We're not here to clear the mind. We're just here to acknowledge that. And with each step, with each breath, with each sensation, we can come back again and again. All right, so let's get started in a comfortable seat. So you can use a roll blanket if that's helpful. I'm gonna grab a little cushion here just to elevate the hips a little bit. And lengthening the spine, sitting tall, maybe rolling your shoulders back a few times. Rooting through the sit bones, rising through the crown. You can soften the gaze or close the eyes if that feels safe for you today. Hands can be on your thighs, your knees, maybe resting on your lap. And then we arrive, right? We land. And start softening the inhales and the exhales. Maybe slowing down the breath without forcing, just noticing. Noticing how you came into the mat today, how the body feels, how the mind is coming into play, how the energy or the emotions are arriving as well. And we're kindly observing that without labeling good or bad, right or wrong, just noticing. And then bring your awareness to your breath. Noticing how the inhales feel. Where are they traveling to? And then noticing how the exhales feel. What are you releasing through each one? Perhaps inviting more expansion and openness through the inhales. And a gentle release through the exhale. And from here, I invite you to explore Samavriti breathing, which means equal inhales and exhales. And again, equal, quote unquote, right? Like nothing here is perfect or rigid. But for example, if you're inhaling in 4 counts, maybe try exhaling in 4 counts or around there. Perhaps you're inhaling in 3 or 5. And then you exhale at the same count or approximately that. So take about 5 breaths. Inviting equal inhales and exhales without forcing. Remembering that yin is about yielding and softening. So none of it has to feel grippy or you're pushing. And it might feel like that. That's okay if it does. But what happens when we let go of that? When we give ourselves permission? One or two more like that, equaling inhales and exhales. And then gently let that go. Come back to your regular breathing without counting. And observe. How do you feel? From here, start coming back to this space. Come back into your body. And gently start fluttering the eyelids open. Welcome back. Okay, so with that openness and with that expansion, hopefully with the breathing, or even just a little bit more presence, let's come into our strap work. So before we start going into poses, I wanted to touch on how to even use this because I know it can be confusing. I know for me it was for the longest time. So grab your strap, especially if you have one of these D hooks ones, or even if you have the one that's just one in a little line, which could work, kind of like having two. For the first thing that we're gonna do today, we're gonna bring the strap behind your back, grabbing the hook or the D hook with your dominant hand. So for me, it's my right hand. So I want to teach you how to hook it right from here, because then this will lend into butterfly, which is our first posture for the day. So first, D hook in right hand or dominant hand, tail, this is the tail, in the other hand. So the first thing you'll do is you're going to bring the tail in between both hooks, or if you have the one that's just one hook, bring it through the bottom side, if that makes sense. Okay, so first step. Then you're going to grab that tail and you're going to bring it over the first hook and under the second one. So it's going to look like this, right? I'll do it again in case you missed that because I know it can get confusing. So you bring it through both, grab the tail, separate the hooks, and then bring that over the first and under and through the second. So that should give you the ability to pull that tail to arrange how tight you want that hook, which for this one, we don't want it that tight. And then you can kind of open it a little bit more, right? So if you only had one with the little band in between, it's the same concept, right? So bring it through the lower and then over and under that upper opening, if that makes sense. Okay. So the good thing about this is now if you pull, see, it won't move anywhere, right? And that's what you want for some of these postures that we're doing. We want this to be secure. So now that you have the hook, and if you need to pause this, please do go back, try it again a couple times. We're going to move into our butterfly. So make sure that that's pretty open, depending on the length of your strap. Mine is kind of a medium length. And we're going to move into our butterfly. So first bring the soles of your feet together. If you're on a cushion, that's great. Just try to come to the edge of that cushion and then ground through the front of your sit bones. Soles of the feet together, knees wide. So check in before we even grab the strap. Check in with your knees if you need blocks or props, cushions, anything under your knees. Please bring them along, okay? And then see how close you want your feet to be. If you want them closer to your groin, that might be more of a groin stretch. And if you want them farther away, that might be more of a hamstring stretch. So check in with that. And once you are in a good solid position, grab your strap. So it's going to go kind of around your lower back area, sacrum area, and bring them under your feet here, okay? Make sure that the hook is close to you, to your body, to your hand, so you can adjust it, right? So we don't want that to be behind you because then you won't be able to see it. And then here you can start to tighten this as much as you need to. So for me, I want to make sure that I have it tight enough so that I can feel the support, right? So if it's too loose, I don't feel anything. So you can pull that tail as much as you need to. Go a little bit more and then test it out. Yeah, that feels good, right? So you're gonna feel kind of like as if you're held through your hips here. And you can adjust and lower this depending on what's comfortable. And once you land your beautiful strapped butterfly, then you can explore maybe staying seated tall or rounding over your feet, placing hands wherever they land. Maybe you bring a bolster or something that feels good to rest your hands. And when you do this, you might need to keep adjusting your strap to make sure that it's tight enough. So do that. Allow yourself to do that. And then we breathe. Noticing where the mind goes, right? It's okay if it checks out for a bit. Welcome it back in. Coming into a passive butterfly. You're welcome to round over your feet. You're welcome to create a prop tower here to rest your forehead. Staying with this idea of softness, of yielding and surrendering here. So we're not, even though we're sort of strapped in, the goal is for us to actually, okay, I'm held by this strap, right? So I can surrender now versus tighten it up. Check in with your breath. If it's helpful to bring back samavriti at any point of the practice, please do. Counting your inhales and your exhales and trying to make them somewhat equal, somewhat balanced. yet not looking for perfection, right? Feeling that openness of the hips. Noticing where you feel it. I'm also feeling it a bit on my hamstrings, my glutes. That might be a different experience for you. So, and that's okay, right? Where all of our bodies are beautifully different. And that's part of the beauty of this practice is you are your greatest teacher. So the more you practice and come to the mat and explore and play, the more you'll get to know yourself and your body and know what works for you and what doesn't. So, which brings me to this point. If this strap is not working for you, remove the strap, come into your butterfly without a strap. You're still going to get the benefits of the posture. Couple more breaths. With each breath, a gentle wind blows. With each breath, a flower blooms. And then very slowly, very gently start walking yourself back up. So kind of release the strap a bit to open it. So for that, quick tip, opening the hooks helps to kind of release that. And then you bring your or release your feet. So keep it hooked. That might be useful for the rest of the practice. That way you don't have to do it again. But really open it so you have more room to play with. Get yourself out of there. Release the blocks. So put them away over here on the side in case you need them. And then come to a few windshield wipers. So planting your feet, letting your legs move from side to side, rinsing that stretch. Okay. Now, sitting again at the front of your sit bones, if you want to use a thin block or a thin cushion or blanket, it's very helpful to get on that position, right? Tilting your pelvis. And now we're gonna bend the right foot, bring it to the mat, kind of hug it in, and then bring it up and over that extended leg, letting the foot kind of land on the mat here. So this is half shoelace. This is a beautiful place to stay. Or if you want to explore for the full posture, you can lean on that left hand, bend the bottom leg, bring the bottom foot towards your hip. So you can keep your feet as separate or as close to your hips as that feels good. Ideally, quote unquote, I say ideally because it's not really a place to get to. We're trying to align the knees, but our anatomy is very different. So don't get fixated on that. Okay. It's a journey there. So once you arrive in half or full shoelace, grab your strap. Make sure you have also a block kind of handy there just next to you. I'll let you know for what in a second. And then just place your strap over your right shoulder as if you were holding a handbag. Release that. Inhale, lift your right arm up. Exhale, pat yourself on the right shoulder. Yes, great job. Great job for being here. And then grab that strap. Inhale, extend the left arm in a T shape. Turn the thumb down and then exhale to bring it towards your back and meet that strap. So in here, I want to show you so you can see. Both hands are holding the strap and you can kind of start walking your hands toward each other. You don't have to pull forcefully, right? So you're just holding the strap to keep your hands in place. So if it helps you to do a bit of a wrap around, cool. I just kind of hold it and get my hands close to each other, okay? If you don't have a strap, just place the right hand on your sort of the middle of your shoulder blades area, and then the left hand, just place it behind your back wherever it lands. Okay, so we're here on our shoelace or half shoelace and cow face arms. So we're opening our shoulders here, external rotation in the right shoulder, internal rotation in the left one. And then we're also doing a lot of hip work with our legs. So there's a lot happening here, right? So be gentle. Notice where you're holding any tension. And gently send the breath there. Check in with your back. So we have a tendency to just like puff out our chest here. Bring the ribs in. Lengthen through the spine. Ground at the front of your sit bones. Keep breathing. I know it sounds silly. It's like, well, I'm breathing, obviously. Yeah, but sometimes we hold our breath without noticing, especially when we're sitting with discomfort. So if you're doing that, notice it. No, without judgment, it's okay. Just, oh, I'm not actually breathing. So big exhale, big inhale. With each step, a gentle wind blows. With each step, a flower blooms. That's our Thich Nhat Hanh reminder today. So with each breath, the wind blows and a flower blooms. And that could be every step in your practice, every breath, every time you come to the mat to yourself. It's another opportunity for growth, for self-discovery. All right, gently release the strap. Keep your legs as they are. And you can grab your strap kind of like this. So one hand on one end, one hand on the other end. Bring it overhead. You don't have to stretch it so hard if you don't want to. Just an overhead stretch, gentle stretch. And release. Grab that block that I had you, place it on the right side. So with your right hand, place it next to your right hip in the tallest height. Again, grab the strap, inhale, overhead stretch. And exhale, tilt your right elbow towards that block and just let the left arm kind of float overhead. So you don't have to, you could even release the strap here. We're just doing a bit of a side bend. Release here. The right hand can even help you rest your head. Really feel it here. And your lateral body, so your left side body. As you're compressing the right side body. Yet you're opening the chest, right? So we're not here. We're still open. One more breath. And we come back up. Release the strap, put it in front of you. You can move the block aside. Bring the hands behind you. Unwind the legs. I know. Great job. Shake, shake, shake. Extend them in front of you. Maybe move your ankles, feet. Give yourself a few windshield wipers. Ooh, yummy. And we're going to come to the other side. So give yourself some time. There's no rush, remember. Move at your own pace. Come back to that thin block or blanket or cushion. Ground first, right? Before we rush into the next thing, ground your sit bones. Pelvic tilt. So we're not here. We're not here. We're just slight pelvis tilt. So we are actually at the front of those sit bones. And then we extend those legs in front of you. Shift my bum back. Then we come to the other side. So bend the left leg this time. Oh, we have a bit of a friend here. Hi, bug. And then bring your left foot up and over the extended leg. This is your half shoelace. Beautiful place to stay, okay? If you want to come to full shoelace, then you bend that bottom leg and bring that bottom foot closer to your hip. So check in. Maybe you want your feet farther away. Maybe you want them closer to you. Check in with your hips. Try to level them as much as you can. Find your foundation. And then grab your strap. So first stop is our handbag situation. So place the strap over your left shoulder this time. Inhale, lift your left arm up. Exhale, pat yourself on the back on that left shoulder. Good job. Grab the strap. Inhale, extend that right arm in a T shape. Lower the thumb towards the ground and exhale. Bring that right hand to meet your strap, to grab your strap. So spend a few moments here grabbing your strap, maybe walking the bottom hand up a bit, walking the top hand down a bit until you feel supported, right? Again, not pushing, not forcing, keeping your hands in place here. And we breathe. Notice how this side feels compared to the other one. So it might look very different. And that's okay. You don't have to do the exact same thing, right? We're not machines or robots, completely symmetrical. So it's okay. If one shoulder doesn't want to do one thing or doesn't feel great in one posture or the next, that's okay. You always have permission to adjust. You always have permission to stop, to come out, especially if there's any pain. So really, really tune in and listen to what the body's saying. The body will tell you, okay, good, I can hang out here, right? So we want to find that spot where we can hang out, but it's not the ultimate edge of sensation, right? Right away. We want to be able to linger so that the deep connective tissue can benefit from the stretch, right? Otherwise, we're not in yin anymore. We're just yanging our way through it. That's what's called the Goldilocks point. I learned it through Bernie Clark. And basically, it means not too much, not too little, right? Like Goldilocks, that's the story. That's what we're looking for. So we want to feel, if you're feeling it, you're doing it, but we don't want to be overexerting or huffing and puffing, right? We're here, we're breathing, we're softening, we're yielding. We're sitting in discomfort, maybe. But it's not too much. And if it is, we can adjust. We can take it one step back, a couple steps back. Notice your alignment. I noticed I started to shift one side. So notice where your spine is. And then very gently in your next breath or two, release the hands, release the strap. Woo. Let's do one overhead stretch. Grabbing the strap in front of you at both ends, bring it overhead. Release. Grab a block. Bring it to the left side, this time at the tallest height. So next to your left hip. Grab the strap once more. Opposite ends. Inhale, bring it overhead. Exhale, side bend towards the left, bringing that left elbow to the top of the block. Maybe releasing the strap on that left hand. Letting the right arm come overhead. Maybe rest on your head as well. Feeling the right side body opening here. The chest opening. Where is your breath? Two more breaths. On the next exhale, coming up. Move the block away. Bring the strap in front of you. Hands behind you, unwind the legs, shake. Beautiful work. Plant the feet, couple windshield wipers. And then take anything you need before lying on your back, okay? The rest, pretty much almost, except for one little thing, will be on your back moving forward. So if you need some water or something like that, feel free. Beautiful time to do so. I'm gonna move my bolster over here. And make sure you have your strap handy, okay? So put it just next to you as you lie down. So lie down on your back. Take a breath. Bend both knees. Knees pointing towards the sky, feet planted. Grab your strap with the right hand, and then extend your right leg, sorry. And bring the strap, place it on your toe mounts here. Okay? Your leg can be bent a bit to start, or you can start gently straightening it. So your strap can still be in that hook, right? So all I did is kind of open it and place it in my toe mount. So you're welcome to wrap the strap around your hand if that helps. Keeping your hips grounded here. You start bringing that leg toward you. So see how I'm not just like yanking, right? I'm just using the strap as leverage. Keeping my hand, my arm close to my body. To do a recline split. So you might feel it in the back of your legs, so hamstring, calves. The left leg can stay bent, or if it feels better, you can extend it. Test it out, see what works best for you today. Right now, my body is asking me to keep my foot planted here. So right now I'm holding the strap with my right hand. You're welcome to use both hands if that feels better. And then on the next breath, Gently guide that right leg towards the right, opening up the hip. So you might need to release a bit of the strap here or adjust. You can see my foot there. Hello. And check in with your left hip, right? There's a tendency here to lift your hip to try to open up more. So the goal is not to open up more, right? The goal is to keep the hips grounded and just let the leg fall using gravity and the strap as support. So we're not pulling, we're just using the length of the strap to help you out. Amazing work. Keep breathing here. Gaze can be up towards the sky. You can close your eyes if that feels good. And then from here, extend that left leg for this next part. We will need it extended, so check in. If it doesn't work for you, you can try a different twist. We're coming onto a twist. So switching hands, grabbing the strap with your left hand, and then bringing that leg to cross. So right leg crosses over to come into a twist. Okay, so the left hand is holding the strap now. The right leg is extended and crossing over. Left leg is extended down towards the bottom of the mat. Shoulders are grounded here. Feeling that twist. If this version of a twist is not working for you, remember you can ditch the strap and just come into a reclined twist. And all of these movements with your leg, you can do without the strap. You can just use your hands for support. You can use a scarf or a towel. And then for the last 30 seconds, if you'd like to explore cat pulling its tail, you're going to stay like this with your strap, holding that right leg in place. And then maybe bend your bottom knee, bringing that left foot towards your glute. Check in. And then maybe the right hand can extend in a T shape, or it can come down to grab that foot. And the foot presses against the hand here. If this is all too much, you can stay in your reclined twist. Couple more breaths here. And release the bottom foot if you had it. And the right arm come into a T shape again. Gently bring that top leg to extend towards the ceiling. Release the strap. And then bring both knees to chest. Maybe massage your lower back here, moving from side to side. All right. And then plant both feet again, moving on to the other side. So for viewing purposes, I'm gonna turn around, but you stay right where you are. I just feel like it's easier if you see me on this side. Okay. Plant both feet. Knees bent, knees pointing towards the sky. Coming onto the left leg this time. So extend the left leg towards the sky. And again, if you don't have a strap, that's okay. You can just use your hands, wrap them behind you. your leg, like so. You're using the strap. Bring it behind your toenails. Maybe wrap it around your hand. Just do what feels comfortable to hold the strap in place. And then you gently pull the strap. Right leg can stay bent, or you can extend it down towards the bottom of the mat. Breathe here. Back of the skull is resting. It's one of your points of support, so we're not, bringing the head up or the chin up. Slightly tuck of the chin. Feeling into the back of our leg. And then from here, grab your strap if you weren't with the left hand, and then open it up towards the left side. Check in with your hip. You notice I started lifting my right hip, so ground your right hip. You can use your right hand to ground the hip. And just let the left leg fall as far as the hip wants to open, right? And as far as the strap is helping you out to support it. Breathe here. Notice if you're gripping through your toes, soften your toes, soften your feet. Soften your knees. You can keep a soft bend throughout if needed. And then from here, switch hands as you bring the leg back up. So you're going to grab the strap with the right hand, opposite hand as the leg. And then extend that right leg down towards the bottom of the mat as you cross the left leg over. Coming into a twist. So right hand is holding the strap. Right leg is extending towards the bottom of the mat. Left leg is crossing over your body, extending towards the right side. So you can open up that left arm in a T shape here, feeling this twist. Remembering that if this twist doesn't serve, you can take a different shape, different twist. And then maybe you explore cat pulling its tail by bending the bottom leg, bringing the bottom foot closer to your bum. Beautiful place to stay there. Or maybe you try reaching. Ooh, there we go. Reaching your bottom foot with your left hand here. So again, check in. Is this serving you? Is this your Goldilocks point? Or are you going too far? Or do you need more, quote unquote? And remembering that more in the end is not necessarily a further edge of sensation. It's actually going deeper, is actually staying longer. One or two more breaths here. next breath, release the bottom foot if you had it. Open up that left arm in a T shape. Then gently guide your left leg up towards the ceiling. Release the strap, release the foot. Whew. Bend both knees one more time. Give yourself a hug. Beautiful work. Maybe massaging your lower back here, moving from side to side. And then from here, I'm going to come into a seated position for a moment. So we're going to do a bit of a yang thing right now. So you can roll on your spine a few times if that serves. You just come to a seat however you want to. And when you're there, extend your legs in front of you, give them a shake. We're coming into caterpillar, so grab your strap. Again, find the front of your sit bones. If you don't have a cushion right now, you could even just bring the fleshy bits of your bum back and find the front. Slight pelvic tilt here. I like to start with my knees slightly bent for caterpillar or a seated forward fold. And I find it actually really supportive to bring something under my knees. So maybe a bolster or a rolled up blanket or towel might help. Grab your strap. Take an inhale. And then on an exhale, bring your strap behind. Could be your toe mounds, right? And again, we don't want to just yank ourselves just to get farther down, you know what I mean, or to reach our feet. It's about getting ourselves in place, right? It's about supporting. So maybe walk your hands closer or wrapping around the strap if that helps. For me, having it looped, because you can also remove the loop if that's easier. I just kind of want to walk my hands a little bit and then roll. So I'm just gently pulling or gently keeping myself in place here in a fold, but I'm not forcefully bringing myself towards my feet, right? Or bringing the forehead towards my knees, if that makes sense. And I know it can be a difficult balance, a difficult place to be where we think, right? The mind, again, the mind, like Nhat was saying, can go in 1,000 directions. The mind can say, oh, but I have to reach my toes, or I have to completely fold forward. And it's okay. The mind does a lot of things for us. So just be gentle, be kind. Thank you, mind. But actually, what does my body need? Will it really serve me to reach my toes right now? Or will it serve me to stay at my edge, at my Goldilocks point, feeling the sensations, not in pain, and gently working towards nurturing my tissues, right? Towards stillness of the mind and stillness of the body. And especially in forward folds, they're so introspective, really calming for the nervous system. It's a moment to come inward. If the body starts opening up, you might adjust, right? So you might walk your hands further, adjust the strap. And you're welcome to bring blocks to rest your forehead here. Build a bit of a prop tower. I love some prop towers. 2 more breaths. And we release. Release the strap. Start coming up. Remove the blanket, the bolster if you had it under your knees. And come back to lie on your back. Grab your strap, make sure you have it. If you need a sip of water, this is your moment, this is your chance. We're winding down to come to close. So we're coming into a supported bridge with the strap, which actually make sure that you have a block or even a cushion or bolster or roll blanket that you can put under your sacrum here. So knees to chest, bring your feet inside your strap hook, your strap loop, and then tighten the strap, bring the feet down, tighten the strap to match your hip width distance. So maybe, yeah, like so. And if it's easier to do it seated, you're welcome to come to a seat and do it. I kind of like doing it lying down in place, but everyone's a little different. So check in. Maybe tighten or open as much as needed. So the strap is located around halfway of your quads, right? Or around your quad and hamstrings here, creating a loop and also letting your legs kind of be in place hip width distance, right? So one of the things that happens when we do bridges or supported bridges is we tend to widen our knees. So this can help us stay there. Okay, so once you're situated, your strap is on, grab your block, press into your feet, lift your hips up, slide your block, start with the lowest height and place it under your sacrum. So that's the flat part where you put your belt on. So not your low spine, it's a little lower. So check in, make sure that it's not uncomfortable and see how that feels. Arms by your side, you're welcome to also open them in a wing shape or cactus or even overhead. That feels good. Breathe here. If you need a higher height for your block, you can stack 2 blocks or you can come into the medium height. I wouldn't recommend going to the tallest because it's unstable and the block might fall. But the lowest or the medium could be beautiful places to stay. Check in. Then again, if you don't have the strap or if you don't want to do this with the strap, that is okay. You can still do your supported bridge without it. But it's fun to play with it and see what the body feels like with just added support. Keeping ourselves in place. It allows us to ground, to soften, to feel held by it, right? And if the body opens, if you need to increase sensation, you can extend your legs. Staying with your strap. Slight tuck of the chin, pressing the back of your skull against the mat. Shoulder blades in. Few more breaths. And if you have your legs extended, bring them back, bending your knees, planting your feet, lifting your hips, removing the block. Bringing your knees towards your chest, massaging your lower back, and then feel free to release the strap. So we're gonna let the strap go, so if it's easier to just unhook the whole thing, you can do that. Put it towards the side, and then take anything else you need before coming into Shavasana. So maybe that's waterfall, extending your legs up. Maybe you come into a happy baby, widening the knees, bringing the feet, soles of the feet towards the sky. Whatever you need before lying down, taking space in your Shavasana. For a supported Shavasana, you're welcome to bring a bolster under your neck, or a rolled up blanket or cushion, or even under your knees to release your lower back. Soften your gaze or close your eyes. And tune in. How do you feel? How did it feel to play, to explore, to listen deeply? To feel supported and held. And to allow the breath to carry you. Coming back to a reminder from Thich Nhat Hanh, the mind can go in 1,000 directions, but on this beautiful path, I will walk in peace. With each step, a gentle wind blows. With each step, a flower blooms. With each step, a gentle wind blows. With each step, a flower blooms. You're welcome to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you need to. Or if you'd like to close, I invite you to close right here as we're lying down, feeling held by the ground. Inhale, bring the hands to heart center. Exhale, let it all go. Inhale once more. Exhale. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me. I hope you had fun with the strap. See you next time.